Funsie, we're back at it again. Me and Sajko this time. Josh is in Colorado on vacation with his new baby. So
yeah, out there on the course, baby in tow.
Baby in check. That's awesome.
No, that's cool. Yeah, so sorry about last week. For you guys, you did get an episode, but it was from 2 weeks ago because of problems on our end. But you are hearing this, and it is an up-to-date current episode. So you'll be happy to know. We'll talk about current events.
Not even on our end. It was just Riverside. It's the platform we use to record. It just...
Yeah, good point.
It said processing for like 3 days. 97% processing. And I was like, what? Then finally, it stopped processing. And that's when we were able to get it up. But
yeah, pretty much we couldn't access our file.
Hassle.
But we're here. Ben,
we're here.
A lot's been going on. You're at home right now? Is that... Or are you in Vermont?
No, I'm in Vermont. I'm in Stowe right now.
Ooh,
in a
beautiful
Airbnb,
Stowe.
So.
Great time of year to be there. Tell the people at home what Stowe, Vermont is like. I'm sure they're all just, they can't wait. For those that don't know, Stowe is, right down the road from Smuggler's Notch, where the Pro Tour is currently.
Yeah, it's below the Notch. It's basically just a vacation town.
Pretty much.
Kind of just like small, quaint.
Tons of food, though.
Yeah. Because above the Notch, there's not much, honestly. And then Stowe is kind of like the hub of the Notch, where people go to, eat and celebrate and stuff like that. So, yeah.
A lot of people that go to Smugs are probably going to end up hanging out in Stowe or staying in Stowe.
Yes.
Yeah, good stuff.
Because it's right below the ski resort. I'm sure there's multiple ski resorts, but at least the Stowe ski resort is like right there. And going through the Notch during the winter is probably not the best idea. Far to guess.
Yeah.
How did they even pave that? Anyways, for people that don't know, the Notch is in Vermont. It's called Smuggler's Notch. That's why the disc golf course is called Smuggler's Notch. It's like a pass through a mountain, but it's super tight, kind of sketchy because it was created, I don't know, hundreds of years ago for people with like horse-drawn carriages to pass through a mountain. Like, it's like these people like,
is that real?
Cracked. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just assumed it was because like there are massive rocks that people definitely blow through modern day, but it's just so built into these mountainsides.
It's so big. Yeah,
I think they're just trying to weave through. It's essentially like these pinch points that all
Correct.
these cars are trying to like go each direction on the road, and it's not possible in some spots. You have to like slowly
it's one lane in some spots.
It's horrendous, and that's why you sometimes.
And then
I've heard Ezra Aderhold talk about that, where it's like they're leaving ahead of time from their Airbnb because they're like, if I get pinched off at Smuggler's Notch or like like you're saying the Notch there, I'm gonna be so mad, and then get stroked for missing my tee time.
So it's complicated, but look it up if you want more pictures. But it's pretty cool.
I'm sure they're going to do that immediately right after this podcast.
Yeah, or now.
The last couple months have been a blur. Ben, you're like you just said, you're in Vermont now. Maple Hill is probably your favorite stop for obvious reasons, like you being there and it being your favorite course. But how does Vermont stack up in that regard?
Honestly, it's probably second. The vibes up here, it's beautiful. The watering holes, the maple creamies, which is just maple soft serve, but they call it creamies up here. So, it's just a vibe. I love coming up here, especially if they run a tournament where like we get to play Brewster Ridge Open. And that I look forward to that every year. I wasn't able to go this year because we were in, I don't know, Washington,
I remember,
or something. But yeah, it's just I come up here twice a year, and it's just a vibe. Just think about like 40 minutes south of the border of Canada during fall time, and in kind of ski resort town. It's just kind of nice. It's unexplainable, and near the Von Trapp Lodge, which is super cool, which has a disc golf course.
A really good disc golf course.
Yes. but it's where, if you've watched The Sound of Music, the Von Trapp family settled after leaving Austria, or
Yeah, I believe it's Austria.
Austria, yeah.
Because
Nazi Germany occupied it, yeah.
There's a giant beer hall that's there as well, and it's all Austrian, everything inside. Really good time. Would highly recommend checking that out if you're in the area, which you probably should be. I would consider the Smugs courses my favorite disc golf of all time.
Oh, it's the greatest complex in the world.
Yeah, I would. Real quick, I think it would be that. I think number 2 would be. I haven't played modern Supreme Flight Open layout. I played it when it was still Thread on the Mountain before Paul bought it.
Okay.
But it was still, I think it's still mostly the same. I think that was probably my second, and then third I would say is probably Maple, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was mostly just like how tropical it was at the Thread on the Mountain course. Just so different. You're like, I'm in the U.S. right now? Like, this is, you're just seeing lizards.
Yeah, because you're on like in that, and you're like on a quarry. So it's like in Florida. So it's like a very unique kind of environment.
Did you go to that course this year, Ben? I don't recall.
No,
that was
I've never been there ever.
Oh, that's right, because you went after you got married, so you kicked off at that point with Gannon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
sweet. Are there any major changes to the course this year? Have you been able to go out with Gannon at all, or even just by yourself?
I don't. I know on Brewster Ridge, there's one major change that I recall. It is
it that weird random hole that everyone complains about every year, where it's like
It's hole 17. Hole 17.
Oh, so really? Oh, yeah. Hole 17 was kind of a weird one.
They moved the tee pad back a lot. Where it's like actually a really hard hole now. Before it was just like, you
throwing over stabilizer.
Yeah, like Ricky throws the zone. But now he's like doing like a full flight flex and didn't even get around the corner. At least this is from the practice round. So that it's a lot harder. They push it back like 150 feet. I'm not good at my distances. But on Brewster Ridge, that's all I've played so far. That is the only change that I know of that I saw. Everything else is indeed the same.
Sick. What do we... Ben, are there any sort of things that you want to talk about? I know Kristen retiring. That's probably in quotes. That's probably a big thing that a lot of people are going to talk about. But I woke up Monday morning. I woke up fairly early, and I saw that she had posted that, and it was already popping off at 6 a.m. or something like that.
Sheesh.
What are your thoughts regarding anything with this?
I don't know.
Did it kind of take you back? Were you surprised? What do you got?
Yeah, obviously it took me back. I mean, she's a 2-time world champion.
Yes.
And, arguably the best player in the world, even still. It's like when Michael Jordan retired from basketball at his like prime. It's like, honestly, like she has something going on, but it's probably like, I don't know, family wise. So there's it's hard. You can't really speculate. Like something could be happening where it's like, yeah, my priority is not disc golf right now, and you have to prioritize your mental health. But there's kind of this essence that's like a bummer as a fan. Like if it's just she just stopped because of her like yips or whatever happened this past year, would be a bummer. But I think there's something kind of in the background that she obviously can't talk about that is happening, where it's like I can't. But yeah, I don't know. We've seen it recently with Naomi Osaka. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it could literally just be like she needs a break from disc golf. It's kind of like mentally drained her. We saw that with Naomi. I believe she top of her game in tennis, and then just mentally something happened. I'm not too sure. So this is just kind of like what I've heard or read or the past.
Right.
But mentally happened, and then she stopped just altogether. Now she's back. So I'm hoping that's kind of the case where she just needs a break. But I also don't think it's anything like she's not playing because of the yips or because she's won like multiple times even this season. So it's like it's not like she doesn't have it anymore. It's not like she just like was dominating last year and then all of a sudden is finishing like 30th every event. So I think there's something else at hand. It's also hard to like have a child and be in the U.S., not your home country, like 6 months. I don't know how many months, but like let's say 4 months. 4 months out of the year, just like traveling. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I can understand. It's just wish the best for her, and hopefully whatever's going on, she can figure out and solve. But yeah, as a fan, it's like
obviously selfishly, we want her to stick around.
Yeah, selfishly, of course, yes. Yeah, because it's the best in our game right now. Just like throwing in the towel and being like, all right, that was it. I'm retiring. It's like, wow, you had so much to go.
Yeah, Kristen, was she like 35 or something like that? I mean, she's
35?
That's a guess on my part. I have no idea. 34.
She's 30 something. Yeah, I can look it up real quick, but keep going.
She so like she's married, she's a mom, she's traveling abroad.
33.
She's traveling abroad, and I feel like we are so used to disc golfers just being able to sacrifice and just like go out on the road. Of course, there are people that are doing that. Like Simon is away from his family, like his kids, his wife, and I'm sure it's not easy, but to assume that they want to be out there forever is just it's difficult. Like the life on the road, I know like so many disc golfers, as like the season drags on, they're like, I love what I'm doing, I'm sure, but I just don't want to be out here, to put it bluntly. It's like I just want the season to be done so I can finally like get into a nice rhythm, hanging out with friends and family again. And it takes away from you. And it's like the top of the Pro Tour, like 5% of them are probably like, oh, let's get an Airbnb, dude. Oh, let's stay at this place. Let's fly in, or whatever. Not even the fly in part. That's probably 1%.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just people sitting straight up like, oh, van life. Oh, cool. Let me drive. Sorry, I got a text. Got distracted. Let me fly in. Let me just drive 12 hours after this tournament that I just missed cash on. It's a grind. So like, I don't blame anyone that you gotta really want it. And her being at the top of the sport and still going through something that may not even be related to disc golf, and just, it can happen to anyone. So it's like, you never know what someone's going through, I guess. I don't know. I do find it scary. And I was watching like D-Glow, I think the first round, and like the card was going out. And in that moment I was like, dude, I forgot that Kristen Tatar was like even a thing. And it's like so scary and sad to say, but how quickly you forget, like a month of her being gone, you're just like, oh yep, no, here's the not lead card, the feature card. Cool, yeah, everyone's here. That's kind of terrifying how quickly you're just like replaced in a sense. Of course, everyone's waiting and like hoping that she comes back, but it's just like on to the next event, and you're only as good as your last win or something like that, or whoever won last week. And it's a very fast-paced sport in that regard.
Yeah. I guess never really thought about that. I agree with you. I think 2 years from now, she's still not playing. We're just gonna forget about her. Not in the sense that we won't know who she is, but it'll just be like she won't really be a talking point. It'll be like, oh yeah, remember Kristen? Like, yeah, she did pretty good.
Yeah,
but it's not. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That she is eventually just kind of gonna fall off to the wayside. I mean, that happens with all our world champions. It feels like.
Yeah, right.
Nate Doss, Feldberg.
Yeah, true. Nate Doss, who's another one.
Even
on
the
still young.
on the FPO side. I have no idea.
Okay. Well, I feel like if anything, that might be a lesson if we are interpreting this in an okay light, to you are not defined as how you play in disc golf. Like, of course, Kristen, I'm sure she was striving to do her absolute best and win everything, and it's all awesome. She has this incredible legacy, but simultaneously, like, find value in the things that you enjoyed doing outside of the sport as well, because who knows, at some point you're just like, maybe I want to do these other things, and I'm like lost now because I invested all my time in disc golf, and I don't know. Anyways, yeah. There's more going on outside of the sport in everyone's lives, and there's a lot of things that have to be going correct in order to be like, yep, everything's all good. Let me go throw a frisbee and like travel across the world to throw frisbees.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, we've seen it in the past before with like Heather Young, who's someone recently that
Right.
I remember in FPO. She was like kind of Prodigy's or one of Prodigy's main FPO players, and then just kind of was like, yeah, I don't like disc golf that much. I mean, other people we don't see on tour. I mean, I don't know. There's a bunch of people, but I don't know. I have to listen to by name. But yeah, it's kind of like a common case where like people that had a lot of potential just fall out of love with it. And like, yeah, I don't want to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's how it goes. So Ben, I saw that you did that little post with, I say little, not little. You did that post with Paul Macbeth.
you little post.
You little tiny little baby boy post. You did that.
Yeah.
That Instagram post with Paul Macbeth for.
Yes.
I don't actually know what it's called, but I assume it's kind of like a pledge.
Throw for more.
Throw for more.
Yeah, Paul Macbeth Foundation.
How did
Throw
you
for
end
more.
up doing that? You're just like hanging out. You're like, yeah, let's do this thing right now.
I'm at Buffalo Dam. Just throwing off hole one's tee pad. I look behind me, and there's Paul Macbeth.
Dude, he posted to his story the practice basket, and automatically I was like, that's Buff.
Yeah. I was out when he posted that. I was right there when he took that story. I was talking to Hannah. But yeah, it was just like sheer coincidence that he's just walking up.
Could you imagine? I mean,
While
you
I'm
can
walking
imagine. I'm just speaking directly to the listeners. You're just hanging out at your local course, and all of a sudden Paul Macbeth pulls up just casually.
Yeah,
that's a
no,
thing
it
for
was
someone.
No, exactly. Like, obviously, I've known Paul more so for like the past year. We've talked
Yeah.
good amount, so it wasn't like as like, but like if it was me like 3 years ago, like just into the sport, not really doing anything like activity wise, I would have been like, oh my goodness, like I definitely would have gone up to him and asked for like a picture or something, and be like, yo, I just met Paul Macbeth. So yeah, it was super cool. But yeah, we were just talking, chatting, and then Dustin from the foundation reached out to me like 2 days ago, just like asking me if I wanted to make a video, and I was like, yeah, of course, because I already had a campaign page. You know, if you want to donate, you can look it up. It's like a Pledge It, Throw for More, Benjamin Kenny, or I can probably put the link in the YouTube description if you want to donate. Basically, September 20th, which is in 3 days, for every hole you play, UDisc is and log on UDisc is donating 10 cents worldwide. So for every hole logged in on UDisc, they're matching and doing 10 cents. There's also like a separate, well, it's the same thing, but where they're raising money through the Pledge It thing, where people are saying, okay, I'm going to play 54 holes, like Project's going to do 9 holes in 9 holes an hour for 24 hours. I'm only doing 18 holes because it's during Smugs, so I don't really have time to just like rip it for a day because I have to go caddy for Gannon. But yeah, so it's just a huge initiative, just raising money for the foundation, which gives like access to disc golf to people in places that don't have it. So he asked me, and then Paul was there, so it was like perfect. It's like, hey, like, do you mind if we take a video together and I can like do a little Throw for More? Like, naturally, it's your foundation, it's perfect. And he's like, oh yeah, actually I haven't done a video yet. We can do like a collab. So that's how that worked. It wasn't anything crazy.
How'd you play at World Championships?
Terrible. +7. So it's like, but I had fun. That's the most important. I had a lot of fun. And
do you like the glitch? Do you feel like do you throw it well? Do you?
I mean, I don't like it for disc golf. Like I don't like playing with it.
Yeah.
Like it's not my go-to disc, but I think it's super cool as like a catch disc. It's like one of the best we have ever. It's like that's why it's so popular. It's just so floaty, glidey, and straight, and like kind of like the diameters disc golf esque, rather than like an Ultra Star or something like that. So yeah, that's I like the glitch. I think it's really cool, and MVP loves the glitch because they've sold 1 trillion of them.
Mm-hmm. That's a good reason.
Yeah.
Everyone should check out the Sten from Castoplast, their new catch disc that came out. It's pretty much shaped like a berg, but it's like 140 grams or something like that.
Oh wow!
So it's essentially that, but in that being a glitch type of disc, but in like a soft plastic that when you catch it, you're like, oh, it didn't hurt my hand.
Oh yeah, and like their plastic.
Yeah, it's some
K1
new. I think it's K4 now. It's like its own unique whatever. Anyways,
so we gotta flip this around to you. I feel like you're the more interesting character this week.
You just talked about how you had a chance to hang out with, play around with Paul Macbeth. You're at Smugs right now. I'm sitting in a room in my house.
Yes, and where's your house?
Charlotte.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of questions. 3 weeks in Charlotte so far.
3 weeks as of Monday. This past Monday, that being.
I guess, like, let's start with just the scene. Just not even job related, the scene. Like, how much better is it? I mean, than Connecticut. It's probably 1 trillion times better. But
I will not stand for Connecticut disc golf slander.
But yeah, let us know how you're loving just like the disc golf around there and what you're liking about it.
So a few things. Moving to Charlotte, people that live in Charlotte or are like from this area are so incredibly passionate about the disc golf or leagues or food, anything, and they like are so stoked to show you any of those things. I think the courses around here are all consistently good. So all like 4 out of 5s, solid courses. I will say a lot of holes feel almost kind of samey, where there's not like a huge amount of variation in what they look like. Like you go to a place like Buffinville Dam that we were just talking about, you're like, oh, insane water carry hole, that looks beautiful. Oh, now we're in the woods. Now we're throwing over the dam, just a bunch of cool variation. So I feel like back in Connecticut, Massachusetts, New England area, there's a lot more variation in that regard. So I have a stinker like Davis Forest, which was my old course, like 3 minutes from where I used to live. Not a stinker. It had good bones. It just wasn't being taken care of, unfortunately.
Yeah,
terrible tee
it was
pass.
okay. Yeah.
But then you have, of course, Fish and Game, another incredible course with the best tee pads I've ever seen. So,
I'm saying Connecticut because I personally would put Massachusetts disc golf up against Charlotte. Charlotte definitely has more, but I think we have more better, unique destination courses. I mean, like, there's been 3 that popped up in Central Mass the past few years that are like insane courses, like Meadowbrook and Mile Marker. So
yeah, that's a tough comparison because we're comparing a state against a city. So yeah, I haven't fairly played everything in North Carolina, or at least like the immediate area. But of what I've played so far, like this past weekend I played what's it called? The Renaissance courses. I just found out that Renaissance Gold, or PPC, I think is what people call it, was a part of 2012 Worlds that Paul won at, his first title. And I was like, oh wow, like I had no idea that was even a thing. And I don't think it's like taken care of as well as it could be, but it's still like a really, really good solid course. And I think it's just older and kind of been forgotten by time because there's so many other courses that people are readily going to now. But yeah, the disc golf is consistently good is what my takeaway is. And like, I haven't been to Hornets Nest yet. I played Nevin, and I did okay. I didn't get like fully bodied, but it's obviously a super difficult track. Everyone's talked about Hornets Nest as being insanely difficult. No clue yet. I'll probably make my way out there, but yeah, so far, I guess for like any locals or people that have heard about these courses, like Kilbourne is probably my favorite. That's like the closest to me, to Joe.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't that your home course?
Exactly. Yeah, so Kilbourne is super good. I'm trying to think of like any defining hole that people would know. There's a bunch, but not one that I feel like they all sound the same if I tried to describe this hole, pretty much. But then you have Scrapyard, like Joe would throw over all the time, like hole 8 and hole 9, like over water. It's like one of the only water features really in Charlotte area. And yeah, it's all super good. And like the number of people that are out there on the course, a big difference that I noticed between here and back in New England is there's a lot of different people that are playing. And by that, I mean, you'll see like full families playing, kind of what I talked about over in Finland. Or I'll see like older couples playing, like straight up. Like I've seen a few different like 70-year-old couples just out there on the course. Just this one older gentleman just had his like baseline driver, was just playing it like cornhole, and would just go to the next spot, fling it like cornhole again. Which I dig it. Like there's a lot of people that are just so on the periphery of disc golf, and it's such an entry level understanding of what the sport is, and just for the sake of enjoyment, which is something that's really cool. And like I've talked about having some more approachable courses, whether they're just like 9-hole or anyways, just something that someone that's introductory to the sport is just like, hey, I feel like I have a chance to score, and it makes it more fun for me. There's a lot of those in the immediate area of Charlotte, which is really nice. So yeah, enjoying it so far. I still have to get up to Bradford. I got to get over to Hornets Nest, and I got to go to Diavolo is another, I think I'm saying that right, is another one that everyone raves about.
Yes, that's in Raleigh, right, though?
Raleigh area, but we are going there in October because the Another Round Raleigh store is officially opening. Next month, and Brad is an absolute beast and just aces every hole he's ever played, apparently.
I know. He's been on the thing a lot. Well, that's a good kind of segue. So you're the content guy for Another Round now. Like you're the one posting all of it. That's what you're kind of
Joe posted. He posted a video on Saturday or Sunday, just in the middle of the day, which was nice because I was like, I have a freebie slot. But otherwise, yeah, I've been posting everything. So it's 3 posts a day. And then I've also been scheduling shorts over on YouTube now, if anyone consumes YouTube shorts. I'm not judging. I just don't use that, but I know there's so many people that do, and they're doing well, which is a good feeling.
That's awesome.
And just pumping out full-length YouTube videos. So yesterday, yeah, I think it was. I put out the Yuli video.
And you filmed that?
Yeah, I filmed that. Joe versus Yuli.
Nice.
And it was Melitas only. It's doing really well. So 3 videos deep. I got another one that's coming out tomorrow for like all the new Tales of Terror MVP stuff. So we're essentially doing awesome. Kind of what Another Round was doing, but like 25% better, maybe. But that's not really what the goal is. We want to take that and still run with it, but also do additional things that maybe other people are involved, like at the organization. Like there's so many good, funny, unique people here, and we'd like to be able to show them off, so it's not always just like on Joe. Like I'm not kidding. I have like 8 videos backlogged right now, and it's like it's just about editing them. Like I stayed home. I was able to work from home yesterday for probably 2/3 of the day and just edited the video.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What about you? Like you're probably in like a decent groove now in terms of doing like the Gannon stuff, and now you're like, do you edit the Ricky videos or do you pass those off to someone?
I have been editing Ricky's videos. Yeah, I have. I don't know. I found a workflow, but it's really just like edit till like 2 a.m. and like there's no real flow. It's just kind of like
Just get it done.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of like
Yep.
where I'm at right now. Just whatever I record, just gotta get it done and upload the next day as long as it's done. So yeah, my sleep schedule is like so messed up, especially when I'm on tour. It's just like I'm like sleeping till like 12 sometimes and staying up till like 4 a.m.
Yo, you're on that froth life, baby.
Yeah. So it's just because it's a lot when because I have to edit after Gannon's round. Every single round, I have to edit after the round, and normally we go out to dinner. So like the round wraps up like 7:30. We might go to dinner, and then it's like all of a sudden it's like 10 o'clock, and then gotta get settled down for the day. So by the time I'm editing, it's like 11, 12, and then probably finishing around for the one round, just like 1, 2, and then that's the first day. But then I sleep in because I'm just so tired from the day of just like walking however many miles and editing. I sleep in, and then once I sleep in, that's when it starts to get into like 4 a.m. territory, because like the later I sleep in, like the more my body get used to it, and then the more it like kind of elongates that like sleep threshold. So yeah, I don't know. I've just there's no real workflow for me. It's just gotta get it done. That's really it.
I hear you, man. I mean, this being a new place for me, it's about me establishing new habits. I think at this point, it's like 21 days to establish new habits. I think we might have said that like a year ago, and we're talking about But yeah, I'm at that point now where I'm trying to figure out like what my workflow is. And typically, I'm a very my whole life growing up in school, they'd be like, classes would tell you, all right, this is what you got for homework. This is what you have to do. I never wrote anything down. I would just remember it, and I'd be like, okay, I'll do that. And that's just how I've always been my entire life. Like I just wouldn't write down notes, and it drives Kiara crazy. It drives like my family. They're like, I don't understand how you do that.
And you remember? Because I sometimes do that, but sometimes it slips my mind.
I'm sure like
I have to write reminders.
I'm sure occasionally I'll forget things, but no, it's served me well my entire life up to this point. But now it's getting to the point where there's so many things. I mean, we went through me starting my first day at another round. I mean, there's a list of things that we would like to start doing, but realistically, you're never going to be able to give the full attention to all those things on any given day. It's more of a balancing act. And I probably should start writing things down just so I make sure I'm getting everything done and not missing anything. But it's just an awareness of like, okay, this day, like I started doing the emails. So if anyone is subscribed to another round, they're all being edited and come from me. So I'm trying to like do my best to like make up a nice custom, just like make it as, I don't know, another round aesthetic, but like pleasing. And even though it's just an email that half people maybe will just like delete because it's a promotional email, which is fine. But it's like, okay,
but it works.
Do that. That's like a new thing that I gotta get better at and figure out, and doing that. And then like maybe I'll plan for things. So like this is what I was trying to get to. Like I'll have things in my head that I'm like, oh, I want to get these things done today. But then maybe like, oh, we need this stamp done by tomorrow morning. And I find out at 10 p.m. This is what happened yesterday. And I was like, okay, all right, let me put aside what I was doing and figure this out. Or Joe comes in and he's like, you ready to go? You ready to go? And I'm like, what are we doing? He's like, oh, we're going to go record. I'm like, all right. So I end up getting out like a little later that day, but it's all good. Like I'm under the another round umbrella now, so there are changes in the regard of like I posted yesterday, I got like a Squatch bag, and Prodigy sent some stuff over. Like now that I'm a part of another round, it's like I can't necessarily do free promo as Nathan. It's like I have to think of myself as another round, right? So they were very generous. They sent over so many discs, and it was like Joe and I splitting them evenly and just going out to Chicago Creek and just tossing them and recording stuff. And so it's a learning aspect to all this. And I'm sure like I haven't been able to post any of my stuff really at all because all of my creative energy is going towards trying to do all the things that I've been describing on here for another round, and until I figure that stuff out, or I'm more of a presence on there, maybe I could do some stuff, but that might be where a lot of my energy ends up going to in general, where I just am like Nathan of another round, not posting individual Nathan content, if that makes sense.
Well, now you know my struggle for the past year when I was talking like, I want to make content, but I just can't, and I don't. It's just like we just don't have time to make your own. It's just like like to me, it's like, hey, you just worked really hard. Let's add another full work day in the same day, but for your own content. So it's just like, I don't know. It's just for me not justifiable, especially because like I don't like being a content creator is like I enjoy it, but I'm saying my goal isn't to be a full-time content creator. You know, my goal is to grow the Expos, caddy for Gannon, help Gannon out, get better at disc golf. So like that's why I'm saying like that kind of falls off the wayside, where it's just like, you know, and that's something I've learned over the past years. Like, yeah, it's like that's okay. I just don't have time to create my own like obviously I do have time, but it would be like I'd have no time for myself. It would just like
pretty much
a grind. It would be like, okay, I just like I said, my work day, let's work another 3 to 4 hours on a video.
Yeah, it's super difficult to be doing all the creative behind the scene aspects that go into like pre-production. Oh, you're actually there like the entire, I mean, you're doing a practice round or a round, Ben. You're probably there for what, like 3 hours ish, like average?
Yeah, 2 hours I'd say on average. Yeah, 2 hours.
So
3 hours.
You're doing
Ricky's
that
fast, so.
And then afterwards it's editing. And then
editing takes 2 to 3 hours.
to be able to do all of this stuff for yourself afterwards, like, okay, now I have to, after doing these things, now I have to be the talent and want to edit these things and like invest. It's just so, of course it's possible, and I know people do it, but while you and I,
if it's not your main thing, then it's just like, it's like not worth it.
Right. Well, I try to tell myself, I remember it's like, well, why did I get into doing this? Oh, because I like to have a creative endeavor in this sport that I enjoy. It's like, well, if that's what the goal is, I'm still doing that, but for another round stuff. And I'll still be creating, I think, Nathan-ish style content, but maybe just be putting it over on there. The trouble is there's always a backlog of content that is Joe that I'm not playing catch up on, but it's like, okay, here's a new thing. So it's like I have to do a Squatch promo today. So that's going to be like a big thing between Squatch and another round. And like I'm going to be doing essentially a lot of social media type stuff for Squatch, maybe like once a week, just so they kind of stay consistent and evolve themselves maybe into more of like a lifestyle brand. Because you think about it, like being a disc golf bag, you're like, okay, hey, buy our bag. It's really good. Where do we go from here? So instead it's trying to maybe look at some other branding like REI, North Face, things like that, and try to apply that to their brand. So like I have something now that I got their bag I've been meaning to make. Hopefully that's the focus for today. It seems like I'm getting texts right now. Everyone's kind of like busy with other stuff, so I'll just be in the office. Maybe Joe will come in. I'm just going to lock in and get that stuff done, dude.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is just like getting paid.
That's Ben, you said it. Which I have not been yet, but it will happen. That's you know, I would not be down here if not for the pay. As awesome as it is, obviously, and it's my dream, it's what I want to do, I still need to survive, as do you.
And when you're making content to get paid, like Gannon and stuff, I can do all day, every day. But when it's like time for your stuff, and it's just like we're not getting paid from creating videos or stuff like that, it's just much harder. It's just much easier, like to just when you're getting paid, you just focus on that, and then that you're just fine with it. You're just fine with it. That's what I'm fine with. Like I get paid for what I do, and if my content suffers because of it, oh well. Like I'm surviving, like you said, providing. So that's much more
Ben, the
important.
payoff that you must be feeling for seeing these Ricky videos, these Gannon videos, and how like successful they've been. I mean, it must make you feel pretty good. I mean, I'm not trying to make it sound narcissistic, but you're like, yes, dude, I've been committing. I've been taking all the things that I've been learning, and it's now showing results, and it's paying off. My buddy, aka the number one rated disc golfer in the world currently, and almost ever.
Yeah, honestly, like, I don't really feel like that. I don't know what, like, he just hit 50,000 subscribers.
That's huge.
And yeah, I guess this is something that I always talk about. Like, even with the Expos, we've talked about a ton of podcasts. I sometimes have these moments of clarity where I look back and see what I've done. But most times, like, it's just like, all right, next. All right, I finished that, next.
I mean, I think in order to be successful, that's a mindset that you have to have. But simultaneously, you got to take some time occasionally.
I know, but this videography stuff is just, like, I'm doing for a passion as a side thing.
Right.
You know, it's not like the most like the Expos are the thing I'm most passionate about, and just disc golf in general. It's not like it's not my number one thing where I'm trying to make a career out of this, where it's like, okay, after Gannon, I'm going to apply to, I don't know, Mr. Beast. I don't really know. It's not like that. So that's also why I think that comes into play, where it's just like, I'm just enjoying what I'm doing, and it's just fun to me. I'm not like trying to make a career. This isn't like something I'm putting on my resume, stuff like that. So I think it's kind of in a different.
You wouldn't put that on your resume? You're a liar. You're in a position
I don't need
now
a
resume.
I don't need a resume, but
yeah, exactly.
But I'm trying to, because that's why I'm clocking. I'm trying to think, like, would I? But I guess maybe I would say, if it was like a creative job, grew a channel to 50,000 or whatever we're at. But I'm just saying, like, it's kind of like a different side of me. It's like kind of a different pocket of my brain where, like, the X was so stressful. It's like my baby and I work really hard at it. This is like, I'm working really hard, but like, it just, whatever happens, and I'm not too concerned about, like I said, like, advancing in this videography world. I'm just happy with where I'm at, and whatever it is, it is what it is. Like, I guess it would be different if Gannon's videos were only getting like 5,000 per. So I guess maybe that's why. Mm-hmm. Like, since they're doing well, and some of them, like, multiple of them are over 100,000 views, it's more like yeah, it's successful like I expected. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Well, I really don't know.
Up until that point, I was about to say that's why you're perfect for that job, because you don't have this like head of, yeah, I'm the guy, and like I know what I'm not that I know.
I'm not doing. The guy. I know I'm not the video guy. I think that's.
But you're doing it, and you're doing it well. Like, you're doing a good job, and like I think that's why you fit in so well doing this, because you have those values. Where there are definitely people in anything, but I even know some people in this scene that are a little. At least how they give off, they kind of know everything, or like they'll be like, yeah, you should definitely do X, Y, and Z, talking about if anyone has a question, and it's like, at least for me, man, I just don't get along with that kind of person a little bit. Like, I like someone that is just kind of what we're doing now, just willing to have like a conversation about things, discuss things, be open to whatever's happening. Like, I think about Broderick, and he's so funny. Like, he is obviously, he's doing his thing, and it's great. But he'll tell you, he's like, yeah, dude, I don't really know any of that stuff. I'm just like, he like knows what he needs to do to get his product, and he's putting out a great product. And like, I think that's cool. Like, I find that way more interesting than someone that comes in like super tech, or like, well, the stats say, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's more like grassroots, and maybe that's it too. I'm just kind of doing what I know, doing my thing, and doing what works. And I know there's more efficient ways, and I know there's better camera setups and stuff like that. But
none of those things matter.
Yeah.
To a certain point.
Yeah, exactly. Like I do want to upgrade my camera. If next year we do this again, like I think that's important. Don't get me wrong, I'm not like that.
Yeah, but this is you, 6 months down the line? 5 months? Something like that?
Yeah, starting like April.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's like at work we got some better cameras that we're probably going to start doing, but like time of recording this, iPhone 17 was announced less than a week ago now.
Oh,
like
yeah,
iPhone 17 Pro Max with the largest upgrade to the camera in I forgot how long. It's going to be a massive one. I mean, iPhone 16 Pro Max already looks incredible. So
I know. It's like, how do they top that?
At this point, I'm like, for everything that I've been doing, it's just been iPhone. I'm sure we'll change that eventually, but point being is we're doing the important part. It's being consistent. You're doing it, and you're putting it out there. People are enjoying it because I think the average consumer doesn't necessarily care about that thing, but like the remaining small percentage is like, I noticed that you did this. I appreciate that, and maybe you draw those people in.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, maybe we just need to hire a psychologist one of these episodes, or a therapist.
We should.
Probably psychologist, and just be like, why do I feel this way? Why do I have all these accomplishments in the YouTube world, or I guess mostly for the YouTube world, and it doesn't really like, or you too. I guess we both, to our name, probably we've edited millions worth of views, at least 1 million. Obviously, you probably way more just with Instagram and the reels.
Right.
But it's just like why is that the case? That, and I just think, like I said, personally, I think it's just because this is just like a fun little hobby. Like imagine like fishing. Mm-hmm. You go and win your club tournament. You're not trying to do anything for professionally, like go make it to the big leagues. You're just having fun fishing or poker. If you win a couple bucks there,
a little fresh for Ben after
exactly
this past weekend.
Yeah, if you win a couple of bucks there, cool. But you're not like going around thinking like, I just won the last 3 out of 10 poker matches. I'm the man. It's just kind of like you're just having fun. You're just doing it, and you're having fun. I'm not thinking about like, oh yeah, like I'm the camera guy. I'm just doing it, having fun. It's a hobby.
I think there's value in doing that. Going back to having like a psychologist on, one or the other. I always told myself if I didn't go into wildlife, that was because I just took that as an elective, and I was like, hold on, this is my jam. Like I love hearing about like human nature. Or like we had classes, or we had like a project where you had to break like social norms. So like, for example, I went into an elevator and I stood in the corner with my face in the corner and people would walk in while I had like a camera up or like a video. It's so creepy and weird, but like it just is so, it's like, okay, obviously when we hear that it's weird and bizarre, but like why is it? It's really not like super different from like what is considered normal social interaction. Anyways, point being, yeah, I think there's value in doing that. I like working like a blue collar, white collar type of job previously, where it's very hands on. I could see all the physical stuff that I did at the end of the day, and it activated that part of your brain where you're like, look at how much I accomplished. I feel so good about myself. I think it's like really prominent now, doing a lot of digital work and things online. Like so many people are just working at their desk on a computer. I don't think that activates the same part of your brain. Again, not a psychologist, but like I think it's super common that you're just like, I got all this stuff done today, but I feel like I didn't do a single thing.
Yeah. Maybe that's it too. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I'm processing, talking through this, like,
yeah, we're verbally
as I'm talking.
This. Yeah,
like
right.
This isn't like, it's not something I've thought of. I've just known I've always struggled with looking at my accomplishments and looking back and be like, wow. And sometimes it really does hit me, but it's not as often at all, where it's just like, and I talked to Jesse from Trash Painter about this, like, cause like, he's past for years, he's gone from like his garage to like, 100, probably, if I were to guess, like
a perfectly romanticized story about starting a business.
Yeah, exactly. Like $1 million company now. in revenue, stuff like that. If I were to guess, like they're doing well. But he's told me, he's like, yeah, like it's hard to look back. Like, yes, you know where you've come, but then it's like, okay, we just released the Canyon. Oh, we have a new mold coming in, the Procyon. Okay, we got to focus on this. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you just got to keep going. You don't really have time to just rest on your laurels. And maybe that's something we do at the end of our lives in retirement. Just be like, I did it. I did all this. But right now it's just kind of like, there's sometimes not time to you just got to, okay, what's next? And
well, Ben,
I feel like that's kind of
you made
state.
Music. Like, as a musician, you're taking time to, in the moment.
It is similar. You're right.
In the moment, I'm sure most people are stoked about their song. At least I would hope so.
Yes.
Take the time to record
this
it.
This is a great analogy if you're going where I think
you are. By the time you have recorded and done all aspects of things that go into the release of the songs that you made, let's say it's a full album.
I don't want to see it anymore.
You're sick of those songs.
Yeah, you're like, send it.
You're like, you got to do different takes of things, different layers. You hear it ad nauseum. So for like the listener, it's fresh and it's new. They're excited about it. For you, you're already potentially months ahead thinking about what the next thing is. So I'd imagine Jesse and many other brands, it's probably somewhat similar in that regard.
Also to the music thing, I think another good correlation is like, you can have your hit, and that's what we're all striving for. Like, I had my hit, it has 700,000 on Spotify, and I'm delusional enough to like be like, okay, I gotta top that.
But that's important. I think that's
I know, but
the mindset. Like, people laugh about Ricky being like, just how, or like Paul Ulibarri, where he's like, yeah, I'm gonna win. Like, any week pretty much that you ask him, he's like, either I'm going to win, my game's feeling good, whatever. Obviously, these people are not winning week in, week out. But I think that you need that level of, not delusion, but just like, you need to believe and like constantly, like, that's such a consistent part between multiple players in any sport. Just the overwhelming confidence to believe that they're going to do it. And I think that's kind of what you need, honestly.
Well, even now I'm thinking that now that Gannon said it, when he won Worlds, he's like, it didn't feel special, honestly. He's just like, he's like, I'm just glad someone else didn't win. Or no, he said, I'm just glad I didn't lose. That was his quote.
Dude,
so like,
the words of a killer.
I think that's like, you get to a certain point, like I said with music, it's like, okay, you get that enjoyment. Like, I have those days where it's like, I keep mentioning Expo because that's like the main thing I do. But like after the Expo, it's like I did it. But then a few days after that, it's like, okay, like what do we like? I think the music analogy was like perfect, kind of just like yes, like once the journey of it, like you're already sick of it and send it out. But like once you get that hit that you strive for your whole entire life, you get that hit, and then it's like. Okay, like you get to enjoy it for like maybe, I don't know, as you see the Spotify streams climb, you're like, oh my goodness, but then after that week, it's like, what's next? Like,
I'm back.
How do I use this momentum to grow me even more? And I feel like that's what all artists think about. Like, we're in record labels. How do we make record labels especially? All right, so we gotta make this into a Spanish. We gotta do this in a slowed down reverb version. Like, some record labels will just screw people over and use their super popular song and then try and maneuver in a bunch of different ways to like then they release it and then they just try to milk that as well as they can. If you watch the movie That Thing You Do, I think it's called, it's like about a one-hit wonder band, and like, it starts off with like a grassroots high school band, and they have a viral hit, they sign, and then basically by the end of the movie, they're just kind of like all over the band because the label kind of just like took the fun out of them, because they're like, oh, we want to release this album, we just released. No, we're gonna release like this version of your single in 3 different ways. like I just said, chopped, reverb, slowed down, and so it kind of like sucks the fun out of it for them. Where it's just like like how do that? I feel like that's just the thing. How do we maximize on this? It's rarely a time where I guess society we ever just sit back and like realize, oh, this is cool. Maybe we do it for a second, and then it's like, what's next? And I know we've said that a million times, but yeah.
Yeah, we gotta wrap up because I gotta go into the office
Yeah.
and lock the frickin' brother.
I gotta. I'm good to wrap up too. So
Sick. Well, hey, it's a good catching up. It's obviously enjoyable when we have all of us on here, but sometimes we just like get carried away and maybe go down a rabbit hole. So it's nice to have like feels like a meaningful catch up and talk about things individually. Josh, if you're listening, have a great day. Andrew, any of you guys.
Clay. Who
Good
else? Grant.
Dude, so many.
Pete.
Hey, yo.
There's so many.
All right, guys.
I don't know.
All
right.
This has been Funsie. Yeah. Peace out. Until next time. See ya.
See you.